Welcome to Golden Mastermind Seminars Radio with your host, Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffery Combs, good to be here with you on Tuesday, Facebook Live, the Golden Mastermind Seminars podcast. I am running behind today as it has been a very productive day in the Golden Mastermind Seminar studios. So it is good to be here with you either live or recorded. And once I finish this podcast, I'm going to go over to Instagram. So you need to follow me here or there. Jason, how are you this afternoon, my young superstars? My deep honor to be your coach and to have you here with me on the Tuesday afternoon GMS Podcast. History on this podcast actually goes back to a live conference call, started in 1999. And it started off as a women's workshop. It was a 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time workshop, 2 o'clock Pacific. And I was in a house right over there, 6 blocks away where I started this podcast. Now I'm in my Golden Mastermind Seminar studio, and I've been at this desk right here for 26 years. Then I moved the conference call from 5 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. And over the course of 2000 to 2017, I had Jim Rohn, Mark Victor Hansen, I had Dr. Joe Dispenza, I had the best of some of the best personal development, self-improvement, quantum physics, quantum healers on that live conference call. Pat Mesiti, the number one inspirational speaker in Australia, who I shared the stage with on multiple occasions. So I've been through many exceptional speakers that I've interviewed here. So you have me here today for about 10-15 minutes, then I'm going to go over to Instagram this afternoon. Now, the topic for today's Facebook Live will be gold and what I'm going to cover. So right there, that is a $20 gold piece. That's an Augustus St. Gaudens $20 gold piece. That is worth in today's market, that is circulated gold, and that gold right there is worth about $4,600 today, and that's circulated, that's not rare gold. So rare gold is a whole nother situation. So the topic for today is receiving. So asking, deserving, and receiving. To be an exceptional sales professional, you are skilled at asking questions in a sequence. You're skilled at fact-finding, rapport building, and small talk. And then you also must be skilled at deserving and receiving. Deserve is Latin, deservie, da. So Jason, take note of this. Day of service, deservie. I learned this from one of my money mentors way back in the day, Frederick Lehrman. And Frederick was the author of the highly inspiring audio course called Prosperity Consciousness. I listened to that audio cassette course over and over in 1996 and 1998, well over 100 times. And it is awesome to be here with you today as you're going to learn the skill of receiving. So receiving is a skill, and many people are not skilled at receiving compliments. So when someone compliments you, your auditory skills, it's important that you hear this compliment and you don't just keep talking. And when you receive a compliment in gratitude, in graciousness, in gratitia, which is how it's broken down in Latin, in gratia, you're able to hear the compliment and receive it. And you receive it with love, you receive it with acceptance. But many people miss the compliment because they're checked out, they're thinking, and they're continuing to talk, and someone compliments you. Or people will compliment you, and oftentimes people will say, well, why would you say that? So when you question the compliment, you're putting the person that complimented you in a position to validate, justify, and explain themselves. Because I'm so aware and checked in, I picked up on that all the time, and I would ask the other person, why do I have to justify a compliment? So it's either a trust issue or a receiving issue that many people aren't able to receive the compliment. And when they don't receive the compliment, they've blown the whole situation. The conversation is now completely sideways because the person who is giving a genuine compliment now has to defend himself. Earl, good to see you here this afternoon. Earl Teach has been a long-time follower, and thank you for being here with me on the GMS Podcast. Topic for today's Facebook Live is mastering the skill and the art of receiving. Kevin, good to see you this afternoon. Receiving is a skill. So in affirmation, in speaking into existence, reality, you're manifesting, I am a skilled receiver. Now that I'm grown up, I am skilled at receiving. I deserve to receive. So I deserve to receive starts to bring you into higher consciousness, separating you from guilt, shame, and selfishness. And this is where many people sabotage their ability to receive because of guilt, shame, and worries about feeling or looking selfish. As you're able to let go, you're able to receive in a relaxed body. And Jim Rohn was famous for this quote, the law of the harvest. So you plant in the spring and you reap in the fall. So it's the same situation. In a sales conversation, you're planting the seeds early in a conversation, and by the end of the conversation, as you ask for the commitment, because that's what you're asking for the commitment, you're asking for the order, you're asking for the money to move, you're asking for the decision, and in that ask stage is where the money moves, the transaction. So money moves. It's electronic money. It transacts. And it's moved from bank to bank. It's moved from bank to institution. It's moved from institution into your wallets. It goes into Venmo. It goes into Zelle. It goes into Cash App. It goes into Coin App. It goes into situations. And this is the skill set, is being able to value service, ask for the commitment, money moves to you that you deserve to receive. And that receive is like this. You're receiving the harvest. You want to be able to, that's the effort. You deserve that because you have learned the skill set. You are mastering your emotions. You are providing service and value to the people that you are presenting to. Over my lifetime of being a speaker, a success and addiction coach, I spoke over 1,000 times. It's actually 1,044. So I would present in front of large audiences. Then at the end of my presentation, I would present my product, services, benefits, and features, my value proposition. I would have the presentation down to somewhere between 7 to 10 minutes. I've seen other speakers spend a whole half hour, an hour closing their sale. It detracts from the message. But I would be able to do mine in less than 10 minutes. And I would ask for people to meet me at the decision table. That's correct, the decision table. And that decision table is right over there. And if you're serious, meet me at the decision table. I've also stood at the decision table, and when people would walk by, I would say, excuse me, what's your name? And they would turn and say, my name is John. I go, John, are you receiving some great content today? I would bring John over to the decision table, and I would have a communication with him. And I would ask John if he's ever purchased any of my books. I would start him off with a book or any multitude of situations. And I would ask him for the order. And that's what you're learning to do, is you're learning to ask for a commitment. You're learning to ask for the order. Now that's in free enterprise business or in any selling. In life, you want to be able to be in a position that you receive compliments. You receive what God is giving you. You receive your own talents. You're able to receive in a relaxed body. And when people compliment you, you feel the love. You're living in the joy of that compliment. You're able to be your best self, and you're able to receive. So an affirmation today, write out the word receive and write out the word deserve. Tanya has joined me from New Zealand. I'm Tanya's coach for a full year. Tanya, good to see you. Always honored to have you here. I'm receiving the fact that Tanya Simpson is my very first client from New Zealand. I've coached well over 100 people from Australia, but I am able to receive that Tanya is my very first client ever from New Zealand, and Tanya hired me for 1+ full year. So it's an honor to be here with you, Tanya. Melena, good to see you this afternoon. I coached Melena earlier this morning. So the topic for today's Facebook Live is deserving to receive. Write it out as an affirmation. I deserve to receive. And you don't have to have any qualifiers that. I deserve love. I deserve joy. I deserve bliss. I deserve enlightenment. I deserve good health. But if you don't deserve it, then what you'll do is doubt it. And when you doubt it, you sabotage it. When you sabotage it, then you feel disappointed. Then you're frustrated. Now you're living what's called the payoff. And the payoff is when you recreate a situation to fulfill a feeling that keeps you neurochemically addicted to the same set of feelings based on the same set of circumstances that you will recreate over and over to fulfill the neurochemical craving of being emotionally addicted to disappointment. When you begin to understand what that actually means, and you're creating this separation. Now, in letting go is such a unique skill. And for those of you who are mastering it, I commend it. Letting go is your ability to self-observe rather than experience. So if you continue to experience the experience, what you're doing is you're addicted to that experience, meaning that you're recreating the same situation to fulfill the same set of feelings. Cullen, good to see you this afternoon. Always an honor to have you here with me. And I believe I saw Tamara. Tamara's been my client for many, many years. Kevin Clinton Paulson is my homie from Wisconsin, many, many years. Christopher Peraldi, and I go back to 2016 in Fort Myers, Florida. Now I received this. I received the ability to meet Christopher Peraldi Jody Tassini. Oh my God, this is so awesome. Jody's my homegirl from Long Island. Jody actually played college basketball, University of Missouri. There you go, girlfriend. Walked on at University of Missouri. Go Tigers. So Cullen, good to always be here with you. It's a deep honor for me to receive all of you who show up on my Facebook Lives. I mean, back in the day, I used to have, and I really mean this, hundreds of people in the More Heart Than Talent mindset call. And some of you have followed me that many years, like Jody Tassini's followed me that long, and Kevin Paulson remembers that. I remember having Jim Rohn on a call, right over 1,000 people listening in back in the day.